Hey everyone, now I started YouTubing once again lately, and I did not think that I would end up getting requests from many of the people who have started to watch my channel. And one of the requests which I kept getting was to do a review of JNTU Hyderabad as an engineering college. So I just focus on engineering because I have my own background in engineering. And to talk about it, well, here's the video on JNTU Hyderabad. It's a very interesting college with a very unique background, something which I was not able to find in other colleges, especially the alumni. Talking about the fees, it's very cost effective, the placement, campus life, all of that is related, or you can say similar to other engineering colleges, but the alumni is totally unique. So if you want to know what is unique about the alumni and what's unique about this college, hang around, we'll talk about it in this video. And just before I start with that, I would just like to request you if you can hit that like button, because that really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. And for those who requested the video on JNTU, I hope you are going to like this video. Please share it with your other friends in JNTU, and that would make me really happy for the effort I'm putting into this video. Well, let's go into it and talk about JNTU now. So to talk about the fees, this college has a very cost effective fee structure. So the fee, if you say for 4 years of college, the tuition fee also is going to be very low. The tuition fee is less than 20,000 rupees also. So you can say the cost of education is going to be very low. In a year, probably with hostel, with mess, with tuition fee, everything, if you are keeping things in a controlled manner, you might not even have to spend like not even 1 lakh a year. Maybe within 1 lakh, you will be able to survive. And to talk about it, if we scale it to 4 years, probably your education gets done in 4 lakh. Now, if we compare this with, say, IIIT Hyderabad, then over there the total cost, which is still cost effective, might go to 12 to 15 lakh. So IIIT Hyderabad would be 3x to 4x expensive in general if we try to compare it with somebody who is using expenditures in a reasonable way. To talk about its comparison with the cost of education at BITS Pilani would cost between 16 to 18 lakh. If we talk about Thapar University, it is very expensive at somewhere around 20 lakh. If we talk about IITs, the cost of education goes to 9 to 11 lakh. So you can say if you are studying at JNTU, your cost of education is not going to be high. In fact, it is on the lowest side that I've seen anywhere. It is a government college. That also can be a reason due to which the cost of education is not very high. It is kept so that it's convenient for a lot of people. By the way, JNTU is a very interesting college. I've recruited a lot of people from JNTU. I've worked with a lot of people from JNTU Hyderabad, and I've also had a manager who has been an alumnus of JNTU Hyderabad. So that's quite interesting that I've worked with so many people from this college and gotten a feel of the culture. I've worked in Hyderabad also before, so that also makes me a little bit more connected to the kind of culture that we can see in JNTU Hyderabad. To talk about the placements, it is comparable. It is not something which is, say, at the level of an IIT, but it is not very low. It is something that gives you a decent starting. So you can say the median, what I have found in my research, is somewhere around 5 LPA, which is not bad. It's decent. And to talk about the range, it can go from starting from say 1.8, 1.6, 1.8 lakh per annum. It can go, the highest package has also gone to 23 lakh, which is very, very high compared to any college. To talk about the average for JNTU Hyderabad, as of now, what I've seen in my research is somewhere around 3.5 to 4 lakh. If we compare it with VIT, the average for VIT would be somewhere around 6 lakh. If we compare it with Manipal University, the average is also for somewhere around 6 lakh for Manipal University. For CS streams, usually it goes higher, and that's the same here also. To talk about campus life, well, one of the things which is very well known about JNTU is that they have a very, very big library, and it has over 1 lakh books, and the number of books keeps increasing year on year. They have very decent hostels. They have a canteen which is very popular among a lot of people. I'm not sure if I've been to JNTU Hyderabad canteen, but I've seen a lot of canteens in Hyderabad which are very similar to the one which I saw for JNTU Hyderabad. To talk about the culture that you'll find, most of the students will be from Telangana. So if you have a government college in Punjab, they might have a lot of people, especially from Punjab. If you have a government college in West Bengal, probably most of the people will be from West Bengal. Similarly, if it is in Hyderabad and Telangana, then definitely a lot of the students, or you can say most of the students, are going to be from Telangana. You will have a limited exposure to people from everywhere around the country. So if you're someone who's looking for core culture into the community in Telangana, then this is a decent college to go to. If you're looking for a pan-India exposure, then you might not get too much of that. Definitely you can still get that, but it's not going to be at the level which you can find in private colleges like BITS Pilani, where it's going to be completely pan-India. To talk about the companies that come to JNTU Hyderabad, there is Zoho, a great company to work for. There's Oracle, there is Mu Sigma, there's also Google, and Google has a big office in Hyderabad, so that also helps in that linkage. There is MRF, there is Ashok Leland, there is Sapient, there is TCS, and you must have noticed a few of the companies are not core tech software companies, but they are mechanical related companies, which also goes to say, and which also has been seen in a lot of reviews, that JNTU Hyderabad has a very good mechanical engineering branch, specifically the mechanical engineering branch. There is also a good PhD vertical which they are having. So in the long run, if you're looking, the strongest alumni they have is from the PhD vertical. The head of DRDO is also JNTU Hyderabad alumni. You know, if an alumnus from JNTU Hyderabad has been a head of DRDO, that does speak well of the PhD program. But we're not talking about the PhD program here, we're talking about the BTech program. So in that, the unique thing about the alumni which I've noticed, which is there in no other college which I've seen, is that in most colleges, we usually talk about startups and what is going on in the startup ecosystem, or what other notable alumnus does that college have. But for JNTU Hyderabad, they do have a lot of research people, very notable research people. They also have some business related people, but the most successful has been that there are alumnus like Ritu Verma, there is Abhijit, there is Kamal Kamaraju, there is Abhinav Gomatam. A lot of people who are from the community of JNTU Hyderabad alumni are right now working in the Telugu film industry. So that's unique, that so many people in the Telugu film industry are alumnus of JNTU Hyderabad. Isn't that interesting that this is an engineering college from where a lot of people have gone into the film industry? And we can see in most of the colleges in engineering, you can see that a lot of people go into film or acting or music and a lot of creative things. Engineering is a good starting point from where people can explore and figure out what they want to do and be in their life in the long run. And then they explore their own passion in a more deeper way. Engineering does become an enabler of the same. And from JNTU Hyderabad, a very strong connection can be seen that many people can go into the Telugu film industry, and many of the people I've worked with also, they've been very passionate about watching Telugu films. So maybe that also goes to say in a way. So if you're interested in going into the Telugu film industry, this also can be a connecting point where you can probably use it to connect with more people who are in that industry and alumni. So that is it for JNTU Hyderabad, which is so unique that it has produced so many film stars and other people working in the film industry. And if you're going to JNTU Hyderabad, well, all the best. I've worked with so many people from JNTU, so I've had a good experience working with them. Very nice people to work with. So if you're making it to JNTU, all the best. That's it for the review. Wrapping up now. I'll see you in the next video. A lot of people who are JNTU Hyderabad alumni community, sorry,